Prisoner 16770 was a prisoner of Auschwitz during World War II. Held captive by the Nazis, thousands of European Jews were killed off, and Auschwitz soon became the concentration camp with the most deaths. Prisoner 16770 did last a long time, and yes, Prisoner 16770 did die. But not as most people would expect. Prisoner 16770 was a martyr to the truth and the evil of Nazism. This hero and martyr was none other than Saint Maximilian Kolbe. Raymond Kolbe was born on January 8, 1894 in Zduńska Wola, in the Kingdom of Poland, which was then part of the Russian Empire. He was the second son of weaver Julius Kolbe and midwife Maria Dabrowska. His father was an ethnic German and his mother was Polish. He had 4 brothers. Kolbe's life was strongly influenced in 1906, when he was 12, by a vision of the Virgin Mary. He later described this incident. That night, I asked the Mother of God what was to become of me. Then she came to me holding 2 crowns, one white and the other red. She asked me if I was willing to accept either of these crowns. The white one meant that I should persevere in purity, and the red one that I should become a martyr. I said that I would accept them both. Thus, early did the child believe and accept that he was destined for martyrdom. His belief colored his future actions, and the vision deeply affected him. In the following year, he and his elder brother joined the Franciscan conventuals. In 1912, he went to Rome, where he studied theology and philosophy at the Pontifical Georgian University. In 1917, he founded the Sodality of the Militia of Mary Immaculate, thus making a significant contribution to the international Marian movement. In 1918, he was ordained a priest. Returning to Poland, he established the popular Roman Catholic Knights of the Immaculata, and in 1927 founded the City of Mary Immaculate, a religious center that eventually attracted some 700 friars and workers. A fervent devotee of the Virgin Mary, he later founded the sister institutions in Japan and India. Kolbe was arrested by the Gestapo in 1939 for his anti-Nazism, but was later released. He and the remaining brothers used the center to shelter an estimated of about 2,000 to 3,000 Polish refugees, the majority of whom were Jewish, and continued to publish anti-Nazi publications. He was again arrested in February 1941 on charges of aiding Jews in Polish underground. He was imprisoned at Warsaw, then shipped to Auschwitz. Here, he continued his teachings. For the people on his block, he celebrated Mass, heard confessions, and prayed with them. He even got beat up for stealing some bread, not even stealing, just for smuggling some bread from a meal for Mass. Then suddenly, one night, a prisoner from Kolbe's block escaped. When the guards found this out and could not find the escaped prisoner, everyone from Kolbe's block were lined up. 10 random men were selected to die as punishment in a starvation bunker. Francis Gajawinski, who was married to and had some young children, was one of the 10 selected. He couldn't help a cry of anguish. My poor wife, he sobbed. My poor children. What will they do? When he uttered this cry of dismay, Maximilian Kolbe stepped up silently forward, took off his cap, and stood before the commander, He said, "I am a Catholic priest. Let me take his place. I am old. He has a wife, and he has children." Kolbe then was sentenced to this lifetime before death. Kolbe and the other 9 prisoners were starved for weeks until he and a few others were still alive and were finally injected with carbolic acid and cremated. As stated in the Bible and quoted by Father Kolbe many times, greater love has no man than this, than a man lay down his life for his friends. On October 17th, 1971, Kolbe was beatified by Pope Paul VI, the first Nazi victim to be proclaimed blessed by the Roman Catholic Church. In 1982, Pope John Paul II canonized him, proclaiming also that he was to be venerated as a martyr. Gajowczyk survived Auschwitz and attended both the beatification and canonization ceremonies. Saint Maximilian Kolbe did not grow up famous. He did not grow up wealthy, but he did grow up with the love for the Lord and the Blessed Virgin Mary. That was all he needed. St. Maximilian Kolbe really fulfilled his promise by taking up both crowns offered to him. He stayed pure, and put all before himself in the depths of Auschwitz, and his joyous journey finally came to an end with St. Maximilian Kolbe giving his life for a friend. He sacrificed himself so that a man could live. And this man, Francis Gajowczyk, he attended both the beatification and the canonization mass for Maximilian Kolbe. St. Maximilian Kolbe was born on January 8th, 1894 and died August 14th, 1941. He is the patron saint of drug addicts, prisoners, families, and the pro-life movement. He will forever remain one of many heroes in World War II. St. Maximilian Kolbe, pray for us.